Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is the end of August, which means we are all gearing up to make our choices for 2025. I'm sure many of you would agree that the lineup this year has been a little overwhelming. I think even Hobonichi themselves said it's their biggest lineup yet. And I, for one, have been mulling over covers and sizes and everything for the past few weeks as they've been doing these reveals. And I think I have a tentative lineup of what I will be doing next year. So I have been in the avec for 2 years now, and I think it's time for me to try a year back in the original size, the one book. The reason I haven't been in the original size in the past few years, I liked the idea of the avec. I liked splitting the year into two and getting a fresh start halfway through. But my roommate recently bought an April start because she wanted to start using Hobonichi, and I've just been watching her journal in it, and I love how bulky the original gets. I know in the past I've said that I hate when it gets too hard to write on one side. Someone actually commented with like a tip on how to keep the binding flat by taking other pages and tucking them underneath. So maybe I'll try that, or I'll get one of those big metal clips that everyone seems to have on Instagram. But I do really like when it's just like one chunky book, so I think I might do that next year. Obviously having those empty pages can be more discouraging, I feel like, in the original, just because you don't get a fresh start. But I think next year, I'll just go either way. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the English version of the original, not the English planner. I had the English planner, I think in 2021, and I like it. I mean, it's a cute book, but I remember at the time wishing that I could just have the exact same style as the Japanese version, just with English quotes. And that is what the English is, especially the grid size is the same, which is really important to me. My handwriting was definitely worse in the English planner with the larger grid size, which I know is made for English writing, but for some reason I just never liked the way that it looked. And when you're forced to write smaller in the original, you can kind of cram more information onto that little page. So that is the book I'm going to be using this year. I don't know if I will ever return to the cousin. I just think that maybe it's, it will never fit into my life very well. Maybe when I retire, if I ever retire decades from now and I need something to fill the day, maybe I'll buy the cousin then. But for my current lifestyle, I struggle a bit doing daily journaling as it is, and the A6 is just enough space where I can fill a page in about 5 minutes, and if I leave a few pages empty, going back and filling those in later isn't as overwhelming as that huge A5 page. I am, of course, a huge proponent of the B6 size, but unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever get a mainline Hobonichi notebook in B6. I still submit it every year just in case someone can be convinced. I do think we are mainly going to be with the A6 and A5 for the next several years, which is fine. Someone commented on my last video about looking into Sterling ink, because Sterling ink has a B6, and they actually also use Tomoe River paper, which I did not realize. So maybe in the future that will be something that I'll look into, but for the time being, I will probably stay with Hobonichi. However, this year I was thinking of adding a day-free notebook to my lineup. I haven't actually decided on the size yet, and the day-free would be for more private journaling or kind of overflow journaling. I share a lot of pages here, but knowing that I want to be able to share my journal and do flip throughs and in the future maybe have an Instagram account where I'm constantly updating my daily pages, there are a lot of things that I have to censor or just keep out of my journal completely. And then the reverse is that those times when I do write about more private things in my Hobonichi, then I know that I can't show those pages. I go back and forth all the time basically saying, well, I can't film this week because I want to write about this and this and this, and I can't write about this if I film this week. So I'm always battling with that. So a way to kind of combat that is I wanted just a big plain notebook where I'm mostly just writing, and it can be things that I want to keep out of my quote unquote public journal. And also, I have days where a lot happens and I just want this whole saga to continue. So I would love to be able to be like, oh, continued in here, and then refer to my other notebook for those entries. I really love sharing my Hobonichi publicly, and I want to be able to keep doing that. Making videos is super fun and filming is super fun. So I think the best way for me right now to maybe manage the two sides of journaling that I have is just adding on that second book. And of course, the day free, not dated, I don't have to write in it every day. It's more just so that I'm able to do really detailed overviews of my day when I want to, or just more private sentiments, things like that. So I think that's a good compromise because I love showing my journal and I love putting in more effort and like making them, you know, artsier or cuter, whatever, when I know I'm going to be showing them. That is really fun for me. Like making your journal look cute is kind of a skill that I like getting better at. So I don't want to have to, you know, give that up entirely. But back to what I was originally saying. So I do think that the Sterling ink journal could also potentially be that. So maybe in the next few days, I'll like look into that and see if that's what I want to do. So thank you to that person who commented that, because I always heard about Sterling ink and I never looked into it, just because I just didn't really even think about what it was, or I didn't think, and I didn't want to like give up the Tomoe River paper. I didn't realize that they used it. So there you go. So for the next book in my lineup, I will be getting a Weeks again next year. I've really enjoyed having a Weeks this year. I do still rely on my phone calendar a lot, but having it physically written down somewhere, my day-to-day tasks and where I need to be and events is so helpful for me. So I will definitely be sticking with the Weeks next year. I am currently torn between the Beautiful Wallpaper Weeks and the Paddington Weeks. They're both so cute in very different ways. I love how the spine of the Paddington Weeks looks like it's the book title. Also, every year, because it's a Japan exclusive, or I'm not even sure where you get it from, the Moomin Weeks, I am obviously a big Moomin fan, and I have never been able to get the Moomin Weeks because it is a special collaboration and the process of buying one is super complicated. And people talk about like buying it through proxies or like using translators so they can read how to order on these Japanese websites. Like it's just too complicated for me at a certain point. Maybe if it like really mattered to me, I would like try to go like the reseller route, but I do love the Paddington one and the Beautiful Wallpaper one, so I'm totally fine with picking between either of these this year. And in the same vein, I don't know if I will be going for a Paddington pencil board or a pencil board from the Yumi Kiragishi collection, probably one Weeks and one A6, and whichever one of those I like better. I'm looking at them now. I think I like the Paddington A6 and the Yumi Kiragishi Weeks. So that is likely what I will do. I'm so happy that they brought Yumi Kiragishi back. The collaboration last year was so cute and they added like even more options this year. And I also love that they did Paddington. Some of the other collaborations like don't really, I'm not like a Mother fan and I'm not a One Piece fan, although the pieces that they have for those every year are so fun. So I'm really stoked for people who are fans of them that they get those collaborations. So I'm really excited to have the Paddington collection. I just think it's like really cute and really well suited to kind of the vibe that Hobonichi likes to have in their collabs. One of my favorite past collaborations that they did was Ranma 1/2. I always was like, I remember my mom went to like a secondhand book sale when I was a kid and she bought me like one of the mangas for it because she was just like, this is a comic book, and gave it to me. And I remember reading it and being like so enthralled by it because I had never seen anything like that before, because I'd never read a manga before. And then I remember like watching the show probably when I was like 12 or 13, but I could already tell that it was kind of like old, you know, like an older show. So when Hobonichi announced a collaboration, I was like, what? Like, what? This is so crazy. Like, other people know about this? Like, I hadn't thought about the show in years at that point. And I remember seeing the covers come out and being like, oh my god, this is like just for me. They did this for me specifically because I'm the only person in the world who knows about this show. So that's always like, I don't know. Their random collaborations that pop up every year are just so fun because you truly never know what they're gonna do. The Animal Crossing collaboration, that was crazy. Like, they're so funny. Anyway, I'm also thinking about buying some of the fun stationery this year. So the Paddington sticker set is super cute. Just for fun, I'm already getting this huge order and like paying like an exorbitant amount. Like, toss in a $7 sticker set. I don't care at this point. So that being said, thinking about covers for the A6. So originally when I was watching the covers come out, I thought I was going to do the travel journal cover. I have the Beautiful Gifts, Precious Gifts cover from last year. And I really, really like the travel journal one. Probably better than the one I have. Little Gifts, maybe? I think it's Little Gifts. I think I like travel journal better than Little Gifts just because it's meant to look like it's a journal, and I love the drawings inside the cover. They're so cute. However, I was thinking about it and I was like, it is the exact same style obviously as the one that I have last year, and I don't know if I love the red on the inside. It looks so bright, which is a bummer because I do love the little drawings in the pocket and like the flowers and the envelope. Like it's so cute, but I just don't think I would like having that red background. So this year I am between the new plain color cover, the water candle, which I think is so cute. I love the combo of the orange and the light blue, or the lighter blue zipper cover. I was kind of like thinking about zipper covers. Potentially, I want to be able to like take my notebook around with me more often, and also I want to be able to pack some of like the stationery and things that I use into the cover more easily. So I was kind of thinking about the zipper cover. I am not sure which way I'm gonna go. It will be an 11th hour decision. I'm sure I will choose the right path. But either way, I will also be getting a cover on cover because I have other plain covers even if I don't get water candle this year. So when the cover on covers first were revealed, I really liked the beautiful season cover at first glance. And then looking more closely at it, at the two figures inside of the heart on the front, they reminded me, this is going to make no sense. Okay, bear with me. They reminded me of the monster from the Twilight Zone episode, Terror at 20,000 Feet. The one that's on the wing of the plane and is like tearing off the metal. Look, I can't explain it, okay? I don't know why, but it did make me kind of be like, oh. It's so cute otherwise, but like those two little guys, like, I don't know. They remind me too much of that creature, so I instead was starting to look at the other cover on covers. And then I saw dog ears fluttering in the wind. And there is a little, well, I know it's supposed to be a dog, but what looks like a little bunny in the cover on cover. And I saw this and I was like, this is the cover on cover I'm getting, because the little bunny, dog, whatever, looks just like my stuffed animal from when I was a kid. I had like a stuffed rabbit with like a rabbit head with a blanket body from when I was really little. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that one. Very cute. I think that cover on cover will actually look better on the black cover that I have from previous years instead of the blue if I go that route. But just to kind of add to my cover on cover collection, that's what I'll be doing. I just got like this warm and fuzzy feeling seeing it. Anyway, I was also thinking about buying a Zipper Weeks cover because I think I'm gonna do one plain cover, one zipper cover. Probably a plain cover for my A6 and a zipper cover for my weeks. Because if there's any journal or notebook I'm more likely to be carrying around, it would be the weeks, right? You know, where I'm keeping all of my day-to-day stuff. So I will likely just go with the black zipper cover. I love the classic Minamo cover. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but the green, blue, and pink pattern that's been around for a few years. But the price tag is a little steep on that whole collection, so I will probably go with the black zipper cover. If I do a cover for the weeks at all, I also just like it plain with a clear cover on cover, which I already have for the weeks. So that is where I currently am with my lineup. As I'm recording this, it is August 29th. So hopefully I will get this up before sales start. And hopefully I will have a decision made by the time I put this up. However, for the past several years, I have been sitting with my items in my cart, ready to check out at, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., whatever it is for us here on Eastern Standard. And I have changed my mind last minute, and I'm always completely happy with what I get. So I know my instincts will take care of me, as they always have in the past few years. But I hope your lineups are coming along. Hope you're saving up for that shipping cost, girl, because, it's been crazy the past few years, and the free shipping amount has gone up this year as well. It's getting expensive. But at the same time, I do like buying directly from Hobonichi and giving them my direct support because every year the lineup honestly just gets better and the collaborations that they do with artists are just so fun. So I hope you're all having a fun time picking out your books for 2025. I can't wait to see what you guys get. And I will see you in my next video, which could possibly be the unboxing, depending on how fast shipping is this year. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.